Saving the world from evil is hard. Fortunately, saving time and money on auto insurance can be easy. Quote by print, instantly at Esurance. Take a fresh look at your auto insurance.
Visit Esurance.com today.
Well, the Democratic primaries are over, so that means the general election campaign can officially begin, and begin it has. Here with the very latest on the presidential race is CNN political editor, Mr. Mark Preston. Hey, Mark, great to see you.
Hey, Nicole.
I almost want to cue the dun-da-da-da, we're off. But we really are off. The general election campaign has already started 2 days since Barack Obama wrapped this thing up.
It has, and we've already seen him start to take steps now as the presumptive Democratic nominee. There is a little bit of a hurdle he needs to get over, but we'll talk about that in a second. But today he did take some steps at the Democratic National Committee. He emphatically said that Chairman Howard Dean will stay on as the head of the Democratic National Committee. He also said that the DNC will no longer be accepting donations from political action committees or from federal lobbyists. This is Obama's Power of the People message that we've heard him talk about for over a year now since he's been running for president. Obama will be putting one of his top aides over at the DNC, though, as an eyes and ears. It's something that we routinely see whenever a nominee is chosen. So we are starting to see some steps right now from Barack Obama to really rally the Democratic Party behind him, get the Democratic apparatus really in tune with his campaign, and onward to November.
Onward indeed, but not before he sat down with CNN's Candy Crowley. She interviewed Barack Obama today. Let's listen to a little portion of that.
I think Senator Clinton right now is in the same position I am, which is we just completed 54 contests. We want to catch our breath. We need to take stock of where we are. I'm sure she has to do the same thing. And, you know, she and I will have a conversation. We won't be doing it through surrogates or the press. To talk about how we move forward, join forces to make sure we are successful in November. And so there's going to be a lot of time for that.
Okay, so Mark, he said join forces, but the big question is join forces how?
Well, we're not sure quite yet. You know, Hillary Clinton hasn't even officially gotten out of the race, in which what I was referencing earlier, you know, and we'll see that on Saturday. But what really the question is, will Barack Obama choose Hillary Clinton to be his running mate? There is an incredible amount of pressure for him to do so. There are a lot of Clinton loyalists who are being very vocal about it. Barack Obama is really going to make this decision on his own, though, Nicole. He's really got to decide, is Hillary Clinton, you know, the person that he wants by his side? As he says, picking his vice presidential running mate will be the most important decision he makes of this campaign. So he's really got to weigh the pros and cons of what he's going to do. I don't think he's going to succumb to the pressure. You know, if he picks her, I would be surprised.
All right. Well, you heard it first from Mark Preston himself. So talk to me about the difference between suspending and dropping out altogether. There's a huge difference.
Well, yeah, there is, but I mean, for all intents and purposes, I mean, she's out of the race, you know. I mean, you know, suspending it allows you to, you know, continue on. She's got to raise money. She's in debt, Nicole. She's in a lot of debt personally. Her campaign is even in greater debt. So, you know, it comes down to technical terms. But really, she hasn't got out yet. But she has signaled now. She has told us that she will be holding a big rally here in Washington, D.C. on Saturday at noon. I expect it will be quite a spectacle. It will become of course, carried here live on CNN and CNN.com live. But what she's going to do at this rally is she's finally going to come out and say that she is behind Barack Obama 100%. And the fact is that John McCain's policies are not what the country needs. You know, a lot of people have been wondering, you know, how she would do this, where she would do it. Well, we finally got the details right now. We were in suspense, I guess, for the last 24 hours. Once we knew that she was going to hold a rally on Saturday, where was she going to hold it? What was she going to say? And she told supporters in an email overnight that she was going to come out for Obama and that it was time for the Democratic Party to come together and win in November.
I was definitely in a lot of suspense.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll tell you, I mean, at noon on a Saturday, it'll be interesting to see how many people actually show up.
Will you be there?
Fortunately, yes, I will be there. My family will not be happy, but you know, it gives an opportunity, I think, and the Clinton campaign was very careful in how they choreographed this. It gives an opportunity for people who would not be able to go because they would be working on a weekday to actually attend on a weekend. And the Building Museum is down by the National Mall. There's a lot of tourists around at that time, so I'd expect there's going to be quite a few people at this event.
All right, so while we have Hillary Clinton as kind of the X factor here, we are moving forward to the general election, McCain v. Obama. So what are the latest poll numbers showing pitting those two guys against each other?
Well, and let's use this as a baseline, Nicole, because you and I have been talking about this for months now. You know, what would the matchup be with John McCain and Barack Obama? What would the matchup be with John McCain and Hillary Clinton? But let's take Hillary Clinton right off the board now. It really is now Obama and McCain, and it shows that this is an incredibly tight race, that Barack Obama leads McCain nationally by 2 percentage points, 47 to 45%. Now that we have this baseline number, it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to see movement on Obama's part. Is he able to gain some ground now that he doesn't have Hillary Clinton attacking him, as we've seen over the past months, as McCain and Clinton have been, really battling hard for this Democratic nomination. John McCain really was a benefactor of the fact that there was a Democratic primary for so long. He was able to wrap up the Republican nomination early on and really had no critics other than the Democrats. So it will be interesting to see if McCain is able to, or rather Obama is able to build upon the fact that Hillary Clinton is no longer out there taking shots at him.
All right, we will see, no doubt. We'll check in with you again. Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Nicole.